Hello and welcome to the show, and welcome to a very, very silly challenge. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 going to be doing some racing. However, all the assists have been turned on. Now, this means you have traction control, stability control, automatic gearboxes, which is not a crazy big difference. However, we have assisted steering and assisted braking. We are going to hold the accelerator, and I say that's it. We're going to be steering the cars, but we should be full throttle the whole time. The game is going to be in charge of the rest. It's going to do weird things, and we don't quite know what it's going to do where. Now, we're in general C-Class cars. We don't know what the variations and what sort of cars are going to work, whether you have a silly power build, if that's going to be the way to go, whether you have a real grip machine, whether that's going to be the way to go. How the game's going to react with these, we just don't know. So we're going to test it and see what happens. I've got my trusty 205. Stop slowing down while we're behind a Jeep. There's all manners of slow. Oh dear. It's not going to like me being there, is it, particularly? It's kind of find the line of least resistance, but sometimes you have to deal with a Jeep being in the way. We're going side by side with the Gladiator. We might make this position. We do make this position. I know this 205 is a good C-Class car. It's not the world's fastest C-Class car, but it is a good C-Class car. Oh no, we're going to get a squeeze from a longbow. Now, some of the control of the car as well is not mine. It will wander. Like, the game will try and fight to put you on a racing line, and sometimes it just swerves about randomly. Oh no! We've been put in a wall. Oh no. See, I'm not allowed to touch the brake, I can't avoid it, it's got to be down to the game. I have a feeling we might not see anybody for the rest of this race, which is very disappointing. Longbow's got warp speed in that thing. So Longbow's car's got lots of speed and not much grip. So there's a few schools of thought. I went for a more balanced approach with the 205. I went for something that would have some control so that the game isn't going to be constantly slowing it down while still having a little bit of straight line speed. I like this as a C-Class car. And it's not really gone well for me. Some have gone for crazy power. There might be a couple of grip machines in here as well. It's difficult to know. I'm not sure what car is leading this one. We've just had a bad time, really. The trucks are fighting. Ewan has 1,000 horsepower and a front-wheel drive Civic that the game is struggling to comprehend at the moment. I definitely think when we're on our own, we can probably do a little bit better lap times, perhaps. I'm hoping we can join this group anyway. So Ollie's going to have a dive with the Hilux. The game is going to have none of that, I think. The game is not going to like the Hilux being so far out of position. Come on, accelerate, Peugeot. We're almost back in the fight at least, that's something. Oh, there goes the Civic with all its many straight line speeds down towards turn 1 is going to have an issue there. Right, can we go and do anything about finding a way past the Hilux? Oh, that was horrible. I wanted to turn into the corner. It's really difficult for me to say sometimes, but there'll be moments where I'm trying to turn into a corner and the game is literally driving my car the other direction. But some of these corners are not, well, I'm not being able to put my car where I want it to be put. No, why would you lift there? There was a clear opportunity to overtake Ewan. Now we can make the most of the opportunity. We're definitely having a dive bomb. No, apparently we're not having a dive bomb on the Hilux. Never mind, I take it back. Only missed the checkpoint. I wanted to have a dive bomb on the Hilux. Forza said no. However, we're fine. Ewan can try and go around the outside of that one. Oh god. Sorry, Ewan. Oh, get back on the track, you bloody thing. No. That has found some speed and it's off. And then it hits the brakes when it tried to go around the Jeep. It's a really silly race. Gladiator is having a dive bomb at turn 1. The Gladiator's made a pass work. The game doesn't really know what to do with the Civic of many horsepowers. God damn it, it wants to put me further to the right than I want to be through that section. It's very annoying. We're fine. We're not fine. We're fine again. It really did not want to accelerate away from that corner. We're in 10th. I mean, it has been a funny battle for 10th, I will say that at least. Now, we're going to get overtaken by a Civic down the straight again, I fear. Can we just catch the group ahead, please? I want to be involved in the fight. The fight looks fun. Oh, God, okay. I was trying to carry speed. It did not work through all of that. The Civic, of all the horsepower, is passed again. Definitely not big. Oh, it's having an off. It's having a big off up there. Come on! Use the power! Peugeot, use it. Okay, to be fair, it's trying to use it. There is. Oh god, the MR2 stopped. I don't know what's going on with the MR2. the MR2 broken down, or has Forza decided the Toyota shall not have any drive? It might have decided, I think it might have been some sort of technical issue. Possibly, for the MR2. Yeah, it's still going, I don't know what's going on with it. It's a broken Toyota. We're up a place again. Well, we're holding 10. Liam hit a wall. He's about to have a bad day, I fear. Although Liam might back everybody up, and that might help me out here. As we're all looking for a way past. Oh, and it's a big group of cars. We're just going to drive into the middle of this and hope for the best. Ewan will probably get all of us. Gisker is going to be blocking the road. Oh, God. There's a Porsche with a lot of acceleration. There goes the Civic. I mean, we've made the most of getting past Rusky where we could there. Ewan might miss a checkpoint doing that. We're going to get a push from the... No, why did you stop there? Oh, Ewan missed the checkpoint. No, all of the positions have gone. No. All of the positions evaporated for me, having got a good run out of the final corner. That didn't go to plan at all. The lap time was quite quick in that. Really annoyingly, the Capri was fast. Our lap time wasn't bad. I think that was, though, admittedly, when we were on our own. I mean, the 205 was okay. It wasn't spectacular, but it was okay. This is a very weird way of racing, I will say that much. So, for our second race, we move up to a B class, and I have got sensible truck. Well, let's say sensible. Oh, I start on pole. Fantastic. This we like. I'm driving the GMC Typhoon. I'm hoping we can get a good launch, which we should be able to. We can maybe make it difficult for vehicles to overtake us, but I have no idea what's going to happen with this. There's going to be some mad things, there's going to be some half-sensible things. I know mine is fairly sensible all-rounder kind of vehicle. No one else has really got off the line. I mean, the Volkswagen, that is on the way. The game is going to slow down my track. It's really surreal not having to do any of the braking. It's really odd. I think maybe power vehicles to an extent might be a way to go. The game, because the game slows us, slows the more handling-based down cars. Slows down the more handling. Yeah, did I say that right way around? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe the power is the way to go. I guess we'll find out as the races unfold. We've got a nice gap. I don't know why we sort of hesitated with the shifting through all of there, but apparently we did. We're not going to be brave down here. We're going to be nice and safe, and that's fine. Sure, we'll just be. We'll try and be as smooth as we can. There's a DS up in third. That's having a good time. They're all okay through there. How much speed do you want me to take through? I will say the steering assist is not fighting me as much as it could be. I guess maybe I'm keeping it on what it wants to be on in terms of a line through all of this. We will slow it down for turn number one. That's fine. We'll try and... So we did make a rule, everyone has to turn the racing line off, because that's what the braking assist and what the steering assist is trying to force you to do. And quite a lot of us don't race with the racing line on. But to make this fair for everybody, it was a turn it off so that you don't have a easy visual representation. You've got to figure it out. The DS is really trying to find a way past that skyline. It's not quite done it. It was squabbling all the way around the hairpin. I do think the Focus may well be quite quick, but front-wheel drive loses a lot off the line. It will get going, but whether it can recoup that with this sort of a hindrance going on. My truck isn't great in the corners, but it does have quite a lot of acceleration, and I guess because it's all-wheel drive and everything, the game isn't having too much trouble actually using the power in this one, so that is a big plus point. Oh, the Citroen's up into second! Although it's also apparently absolutely no speed down the straight. How much of that is car-related and how much of that is the game deciding to use the brakes randomly, I don't know. Because we saw that sometimes. I thought Chris's MR2 was having controller issues. No, that's the game decided in that first race. That was just the game deciding that the MR2 was going to go nowhere for some reason. We're not quite sure why. Oh, the DS is to the inside. I'm going to hazard a guess you're going to get no drive though, because the game's going to want to yank you back onto the normal racing line. That thing is so grippy but so slow down the straight. We might be able to make life really awkward for it. I mean, that's what we've got to do here for the remainder of this race. I guess it's got maybe rally tyre. Got some tyre compound way better than my Typhoon, so it is carrying great corner speed, and the game's letting it carry good corner speed. I've got everything can be way faster naturally here, but it's about finding what you can. Is what the game will let you do. So that DS is clearly the quicker car here. There's no doubt about it. But it's going to have a horrible time trying to overtake the Typhoon, because whenever you go offline to try and pass me, the game's going to panic and try and drag it back online, and I can outrun it. If it does get past us, in theory, I should have an easier time out accelerating it down a straight. Although the game may not like me trying to do that, because I'll have to go off what it reckons is the ideal line. Oh dear. That wasn't fun, yeah? You can beat the horn. I don't think you're going to find a way past, because we're on a straight again now. Goodbye. I mean, this is like a really extreme and silly version of power versus grip. I mean, it is still doing the same thing, just in a really weird sort of way. Like, the gaps are so exaggerated doing this. It's interesting to see in some ways. I don't quite know how we managed to pull such a gap there. That's odd, but never mind. Final corner we go. Come on, Typhoon. There we go. The Citroen is right there. I mean, we're about to bugger off. Longbow's up into fourth. I'm not sure what Longbow's driving back there, actually. But Longbow's climbed up through the field. Into turn one we go again. We've just got to get through this twisty section. We know this is where we could potentially be vulnerable. Oh, the DS gave us a bump. Tries to put us out of position. I mean, it's fine. We have no control over our own brakes. Like, that is all on the AI for that. DS is trying to look for any sort of line that can work here, but it isn't. It's just not. Like, it can get alongside, and lap time wise, it probably is a bit faster. But it's not going to be able to overtake like that. Oh, we've had a really bad run down here. Oh, Typhoon, please find some acceleration somewhere. Come on. Come on, you can do this. Maybe. Maybe. Ugh. Okay, we've just got one more corner to go. I think we should be good. We know the DS is quick through here, but it doesn't matter because it will never outrun us to the line. It's right on the bumper, but it won't be able to pass. We will outrun the Citroen. There's a massive fight going on over third. I think Gliska might hold on to it in the end. A fair bit of leaning occurred in all of that one. Indeed, Gliska did. Oh, it was an Insignia back in fourth, and it would be the Insignia that gets the fastest lap of the race. Very close lap times between all of the top vehicles. In fact, Liam was down the back of the grid as well. Did good to climb up that far up the leaderboard. Oh, Chris must have missed a checkpoint. In fact, Chris, no, I take it back. The Focus had the fastest lap of the race, but has dropped to the back. So either Chris missed a checkpoint, or Forza decided, you know what, we'll just put the brakes on the Focus for no goddamn reason. We won a race, and it was quite a good fun race in all of that one. It was. I just saw. I just had confirmation brakes randomly went on for the Focus. So. Weird things are occurring. Admittedly, that was the plan in all of this, though. So we move up to A-Class next, and I have a quad-rotor RX-8. Not sure whether the automatic gearbox is going to be the best thing for this, particularly, but that's what I have. Everyone has got a little bit mad. We've got gremlins and peels, and, well, the Supra is half sensible, although it could have a wacky engine. I mean, a TT is probably... There's S2000. There's a few sensible things in all of this. I don't really know what's going to happen. The peel might be unbelievably fast, depending on how Forza wants to make it work. We're going to probably not be great... I don't know. I figured this would be a fun, something different for us to have a go with. So, you know, there is that. It looks like the peel is going to be quick, possibly. It depends on how well Forza's assisted stuff can cope with the wackiness. So my car is a power car, really, 700 odd horsepower, quad rotor. It's not a terrible A-Class car. It's not terribly out of control for this sort of a machine. But we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, there's a lot of understeer through there. Oh, it decided it wanted to let me have some speed down here. Oh god. It was really wanting to whittle me into the back of Speed Beast through there. Somehow Rusky's 11th? I'm not quite sure how that's counting. apparently. Who knows? Who knows? Forza's really forgetting how to count currently. Oh, I see a typhoon is on the move. Here we go. Come on, quad rotor. Use the speed. Okay, well, the speed is not being contained and the Peel's had a crash. We're up a position. Yeah, oh god, we lost control of our car a little bit and then Forza had a panic because he didn't know what to do about that. Chris had a quick restart to try and fix the game, randomly deciding on the final lap to put all the brakes on his car. So we'll see whether that works or not. Oh, and everyone's blocked up in here. We want to use our speed. Come on, Forza, let me use speed. Okay, we have utilised some of the speed. I'm not really quite. We're going to work on the basis that Rusky's third. Okay, we're going to ignore Forza counting again and work on the basis that Rusky is third. Oh, TT's had a dive and has got that one to work. Will Longbow be able to carry the speed on the exit of the corner? Will the game allow Longbow to? No, not quite. Oh, although we got stuck on the outside and lost all of our momentum. Which is very weird kind of driving now. Utilise quad rotor power. Go! Go, Mazda! Use all of that speed. You got to use it a little bit down there. Oh, and then it got a little bit wobbly. No, Chris has stopped again. What has Chris done to upset the gods of Forza? That is hilarious. I think Chris actually caused quite a big problem for the whole field in all of that as well. Which is even funnier. Yeah, Chris has caused a massive problem. The whole field's got broken because Chris's car came to a standstill on the straight. And Chris has no control over this. There is nothing more that they can do with their own vehicle. My vehicle decided not to use any of its speed down this straight, which is a problem because this is the one bit we're good at here. We've got the power versus grip battle going on again, just we're on the other side of the battle this time around. Can I have a dive? No, of course not. Why would we be allowed to have such an overtaking attempt? No, we're going to have to sit and watch the typhoon. The only hope is the typhoon and the TT might slow each other down a lot. Come on, Forza. I swear you were letting me go faster than this before. Now it just wants us to follow the Supra that's... Oh, Gliska's had a very big wobble. I don't know where Gliska's gone. Gliska's gone off. We should be fast through here. Yeah, Gliska's got no speed down this part whatsoever. Oh god, the game just wants to pull me back onto, I guess, the normal racing line. Oh, we might actually get a pass on the Supra now, finally, through here. Oh, I forgot Rusky's a really, really cool livery on that Supra. If I can get a moment where I've got control of my car, if you can figure it out, if you haven't seen it before, it's really cool. It's one of my favourite liveries on a car ever. We've got... I think Chris is actually parked. I think the game has just said no more racing for Chris anymore. We've got loads of speed here, but nowhere to really go with it because there's a TT in the way. But we're back into the fight now for a podium spot. Those big battles have helped us. Gliska is going to have a dive with the Typhoon. It has made it stick. The Typhoon is so much faster through these corners. I mean, again, in a normal race it would be. We'd all be so much faster through these. Oh, come on. Come on! Mazda, you can do a lot more than that. Oh, Forza. I mean, I can't complain too much considering what's happened to the Jag. So really, why? It's just nothing. Nothing was going on there. And it just decided to give me a year before it used any of its power, of which there is a lot. Come on, don't slow down. I guess it's the crests, I think. It's like the bumps and the crests that the game is panicking, going, oh crap, we're going to spin the wheels, we must use the brakes and the traction control and all of that. The Supra's gone wide behind us. Come on. We are full throttle currently. I haven't left off the throttle the entire time around here. Here we go. So we've got to get past the Typhoon and then defend from it. I think the I-Pace is going to work. Chris is broken. Oh no, it did the whole just lifting and being a general pain in the arse. It's fine. We got a lot of oversteer mid-corner in that one. That's the downside of taking that line through there. Oh, Typhoon's going to get both of us anyway, which we kind of expected it to. Longboy's going to get second, which I think was always going to happen here. We're going to try and defend from the Supra by just being annoying, and maybe we'll be able to outrun the Typhoon to the line. I'm not 100% sure what the game's going to decide to do here. If it lets me put my power down, it might. If it doesn't let me put my power down, then we definitely won't, but we're going to be too far back to do anything. It's going to be a podium. It almost looked for a minute like we could get a second or something in all of there. Funnily enough, the Peel didn't work. The Peel got a faster lap time than me, but it didn't work. It was still too uncontrollable. The Supra was similar to me. They got the Charge of the Gremlin. The Warthog was down in 8th. I suspect that just ran out of gearing in all of that. The Jag was very fast, but also completely broken. So there we go. Ruskin did get a correct finishing position, actually, as well, which is something. That was definitely an experience. So, for our final race, we are doing a one-make race. Now, this is using the Vul. It is the last kind of new car, I think, to come to Horizon 4, and I've not driven it. Admittedly, this is not going to exactly be a good test of the car, because it's with the million assists and all that, but we shall see how this race fares, because, of course, all these previous races, there's a bunch of different variables going on, and this one, I mean, the car is identical between all of us. What we're going to be able to do with the vehicle in terms of racing closely, I have no idea. How much input we're going to have. I'm fully expecting Chris to, at some point during this race, just stop, because the game has decreed that their vehicle shall stop. But we'll have to wait and see how it does all pan out. Probably going on the grass isn't going to help matters. I had a really bad turn 1. These things are very, very quick. There's no doubt about it. My brain wasn't quite working well enough to sort it out for turn 1. But yeah, these vehicles are going to be very, very fast. They're S2 class cars. Oh, go! All the overtakes, because I've got to go and run out of that corner. And the game let me utilise said good run. Why, thank you, game. Do we... Oh, okay. That was a little ambitious. I didn't really know what the game's going to do with this in terms of like slowing it down. And the answer is it's not terrible, but not quite right. Ah! I went to dodge the battles ahead and the game just said, nope, you're going on the brakes now. And then I think it was you and behind me, someone behind me was also then very much on the brakes as well. Come on, we can try and get a third place here. It's just how much time you lose in battling through traffic. First two are so far gone already. And it'd be very difficult to make up much time, I should think. Can we? No. Oh, yes, actually, yes. We can through there. We will make that position up, which is good. Now, carry speed onto the back straight. Oh, no. We're a millimetre off the perfect line. The game decided we could have no momentum. Well, our race is in trouble now. Definitely not catching those cars ahead of us. It slows it down so much at times that there I was actually turning in too much. I got caught out by how much it was slowed down. This is the same for everybody. I'm just not adapting quick enough at the moment. We've had a couple of bad corners, although we have now pulled away from Speed Beast slightly. Chris is, I mean, we've got to bear in mind, Chris is ahead of us and will probably break down at some point before the end of this race. Why did we slow down there? I'm not sure. Maybe we need to be a little more to the left. Oh, God. Now I'm trying to do really fine movements and not actually moving enough. Chris is actually really chased after the leader, so maybe the big battle will help slow them down. Putting wheels on the grass will not help me. Again, I just said don't put wheels on the grass, and then I immediately put wheels on the grass, so don't mind me. Yeah, okay, so we're going to stay all the way. There's a really big battle behind us. We're in complete no man's land in this one. There's a great battle for the lead, massive battle for fourth and back, and then there is me in the middle, randomly locking brakes through there. Come on, Chris, do the decent thing and break down and give me a second place. Or slow Gliska down and let me join in the fight. I don't mind which. Either or is absolutely fine. We've pulled a second gap to vehicles behind us, which is nice. Yeah, it's really weird kind of driving you've got to do with this. You get it. There are ways to make up lap time. I'm not the smoothest when it comes to steering input in Forza games. In fact, in Xbox games in general, I'm not the smoothest with the steering input. I tend to be more of the flick the stick to get the steering that I'm looking for. Oh, Gliska's lost a load of time through there. I guess the battle put Gliss's car out of position and it did not want to accelerate somewhere. Chris has got a massive lead. So when Chris's game isn't being an arsehole, it's very quick. But there is a chance it might just all come grinding to a halt at some point in all of this. That's a little wide, I think, on the exit there. Maybe. Really difficult to know. We have a lap to go. I don't think we're going to be able to get... Speed Beast has pulled a gap from that pack. Yep, Chris's game's given up. Chris has had the lead of the race, and the car has just randomly stopped. Why is it only affecting one person? I mean, it's unintentionally hilarious. We were having, we had some quite good races in this. That is just the best weird, confusing problem with this. I expected many things to happen while filming this, I'm going to be honest. I expected all sorts of things to go on. One car randomly giving up was not on the list of things I expected. Like, momentarily on the straights, yes, they might just decide to slow down or whatever, but we just didn't, that was not in the script. But the Forza gods are better at writing the scripts than I am, it would seem. As we head out of the final corner, sadly we're going to be too far back to do anything about Gliska. The downside of this when you're doing it at one-make race, you can kind of get stuck a little bit in no man's land. Oh dear. It was a second place. We've got a first and a second in all of this. Fastest lap will go to Chris by a decent sized margin, but it all fell away at the last lap anyway. Gliska was half a second quicker down the road. That's, yeah. The rest of us super close as you would expect. Danger Man a little bit faster, a couple of tenths faster. We're all covered by sort of 2 or 3 tenths in that mid group. Yeah, Gliska a little faster and Chris faster until it all fell apart. But there we go. That is some racing with all of the assists turned on. It is silly. It doesn't always make a huge amount of sense. It's a different kind of challenge though. You've got to try and find different ways of making lap speed and so on, and trying to make something work anyway with the cars. It's infuriating. You wouldn't want to do it all the time, but it's good for a laugh, shall we say, and to try and race with this. Either way, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.